Do you ever look back on who you used to be and cringe? I know I do. I cringe at my old YouTube videos. I look back at who I used to be and wonder what on earth my previous girlfriends saw in that guy. And that's not because I'm being overly negative about myself, it's because I've learned and changed so much. As a young man, you should be learning and changing so rapidly that you're almost an entirely different person every year. But you won't grow and make progress as a young man unless you learn these 6 life lessons before it's too late. So in this video, I'm going to share with you 6 important things that I've learned in my 20s that I wish I'd learned sooner and some men never learn at all. Hi, my name is James and I'm proud to lead this movement known as Gent Z. If you like what I do here, you can join our private community using the link in the description. The first lesson young men learn too late is how to be generous. As young men, we are naturally selfish. We want to make something of ourselves, get money, get girls, get ripped. We think all the time about what we can get and what we can take. But what young men learn too late is how to give. Because what you give to the world and how you serve others makes you much more of a man than what you accumulate for yourself. That doesn't mean not to build wealth. That doesn't mean not to prioritize yourself, not to take care of yourself. However, it's never too early to get into the habit of generosity. You can be generous with your money by allocating a small amount to your family or to a charity. Or you can be generous with your time by volunteering to a worthy cause or being a good Samaritan to a stranger in need. And I would love to use this channel and this community as a way to organize actions of giving and charity. So please let me know in the comments if that's something you'd be interested in getting involved with, and we'll talk about it further. The next lesson young men learn too late is the importance of presentation. The way you look is not only a sign of self-respect, but it's also a mark of respect to others. If you care about your presentation, you need to implement a high-quality skincare routine. And that's why I use today's video sponsor, Tiege Hanley. I used to find the idea of skincare confusing and overwhelming, but that's no longer the case, thanks to Tiege Hanley. That's because Tiege simplifies the process of taking care of your skin. They give you all the products you need and none that you don't. I recommend you begin with their level 1 skincare system, which comes with all the basics. You get a daily face wash, an exfoliating scrub, an AM moisturizer with SPF 20, and a PM moisturizer. Skincare was something I ignored for most of my 20s, but I wish I'd started sooner and ordered myself a box of Tiege Hanley. And if you're on the fence, check out the thousands of 5-star reviews they have from happy customers all over the world. And because Tiege Hanley is sponsoring today's video, they're offering you an amazing deal. Just click the first link in the description to get 40% off your first skincare system and a free gift. Plus, as a member, you will get 20% off for life. One of their free gift options is this nail and face grooming kit, so you can give yourself a manicure, which is very important for your appearance. However, these kits aren't going to be around for much longer, so I really want you to hurry and order your skincare system now so you can get this fantastic free gift. So don't wait any longer, click that first link in the description and start your skincare journey today. This next point might be a little upsetting for some of you, and it's a very, very sad lesson and mistake that I think almost all of us make. What you ought to realize as a young man is that your parents are going to die. It might be soon, it might not be for decades, but their time on this planet is finite. I think it's so easy to take our parents for granted in our 20s. We are so caught up in our own world that we're reluctant to invest time and energy in our relationships with our parents. We'd rather take that trip to Bali with our friends than go on that Nordic river cruise with mom and dad. But the day we can no longer spend time with our parents is coming much faster than the day we can no longer do things ourselves. It's important to have your own life and your own experiences, but don't neglect your relationship with your father, your mother, and if you're lucky enough to still have them, with your grandparents. My grandma is 94 and I make it a priority to call her every weekend. Even though I could be working or spending time with my friends, I have the rest of my life to do those things. The time I have left to talk to her is sadly limited. Saving money in your 20s feels almost impossible. Your salaries are at the lowest they'll ever be in your life. You don't own anything, so you have to buy new stuff all the time. And you want to have fun and have experiences while you still have the energy and freedom to do it. But if you get to 30 and you've never invested any money, I'm sure you will regret it. Now, I could show you what will happen if you put X amount into the S&P 500, how compound interest can turn it into hundreds and thousands of dollars. And stocks and index funds are a great way to grow your money. But don't forget the importance in your 20s of investing in yourself, investing in your education, investing by starting a business, investing by learning powerful skills like communication and leadership. Personally, I invested in myself at 23 by moving to the US to start a new life, an investment that has already paid off many times over. However, I wouldn't have been able to do that if I didn't have $30,000 saved between the ages of 18 and 23. Whatever you want to achieve in life, you need to be in the practice of saving money. You might have heard Andrew Tate say you'll never save yourself rich, but if you live paycheck to paycheck, you will never save up those reserves that allow you to take risks. And trust me, if you're bad with money making $50,000 a year, you're going to be real bad with money making $500,000 a year. If you want advice, you're living at the right time in human history. You could be watching YouTube videos, podcasts, TikToks, and reading books of advice until the day you die. But here's what I've realized. Young men are looking for that one thing they need to hear that will change everything, that one secret that the successful people hold that they don't. But there is no one thing. I'm lucky enough to have some fantastic mentors, but I don't ask them for general advice. What I do instead is I use them as role models, I take on their ideas, but most importantly, I learn by doing. What a lot of young men are doing when they search for advice is actually just procrastinating. Advice is always limited because no other man has ever been who you are trying to do what you're doing. So read, listen, and learn, but don't wait for that one thing that's going to click everything into place. The greatest lessons you will learn will come from your actions, particularly your mistakes. Which leads me nicely onto the final lesson young men learn too late. That is to train to failure. Training to failure is a very popular idea in the gym. We train our muscles until they give up, until we can no longer repeat the exercise. We train to failure because it forces the muscle to grow, so we won't fail in the future. More young men would benefit by applying this logic to other areas of their life. This doesn't mean self-sabotaging. It means pushing yourself to the edge of your abilities and outside of your comfort zone. It means going up to that girl in the coffee shop and seeing a possible rejection as a sign of success because it shows that you pushed your confidence to the point of failure. It means going for that promotion or applying for that job even if you think it's unlikely you'll get it. Even with something as simple as reading, it means reading a classic work that's difficult to comprehend, but studying it and persevering until you unlock its teachings. Train to failure, it's the ultimate way to grow. Gentlemen, I hope you have enjoyed these 6 lessons. If you're a young man, I want you to go to the comments and tell me which of these 6 ideas resonated with you the most, and what are you going to do to make sure that you learn this lesson before it's too late. And if you're an older gentleman, please do comment sharing a life lesson of your own that you think a young man would benefit from learning. Thank you to Teach Handley for sponsoring today's video. Make sure you use that link to get your skincare set and that free gift. And I'll see you guys in the next one.